Fire crews had responded to a structure fire in an apartment building on Reading Crescent. Fire crews, they believed at the time that they had the fire knocked down and under control when a woman came out and screamed, "My baby, my baby." Firefighters Dennis Grant and Lieutenant Alden Tracy, with air packs on, made their way into the building towards the third floor. The fire was in the basement, and what happened was the fire got into a bunch of tires that were in the basement, and all of a sudden a thick, dark, black smoke permeated through the entire structure. They became disorientated, went inside, and firefighter Grant, they were separated. They had gone different ways anyway so that they could search more of the building. Firefighter Grant was rescued, had to get out they were running out of air. He had to get out onto a ladder, out through a window. Lieutenant Tracy remained inside. At the time, firefighter Gary Breen was working on the rescue squad, and he was actually the driver of the squad, and generally back then the driver stayed with the truck. Gary could faintly hear on the radio Alden calling for help and saying that he was running out of air. Gary took the initiative, donned an air pack, thinking he had an idea where Alden was, started to make his way through the thick black smoke. He made his way up the stairway and got to the apartment where he believed that Alden was. Finally, he heard him, and what had happened was Alden had become disorientated, and there was a light above the kitchen sink. And what happens is when you're into something like that, you're automatically going to try to go to the light, thinking you're going to a window or you're going to be able to get out. At that time, Alden also had run out of air, and he had his air pack off. Gary did the unthinkable. What he did was he took off his face piece and gave Alden a couple of breaths of air. With that, he led Alden down the stairway, and out. Alden fell into the snowbank, and he was unquestionably saved from what would have been death. For his actions on that night, recipient of the St. John Fire Department Medal of Honor, retired District Chief Gary Breen.
There's so many people that I know who have been in similar situations, never been recognized, and I guess for me to be recognized is something I never ever thought about. Just I could never ever give it consideration. I know there was a job and you did it. That's I think probably the way most of our guys look at it. You saw something and you reacted to it and did it. That's it.
And to be one of the first recipients, that's something special.
It's very special to me because there's the fire department was my life. Everything that I have, like everything my family has, right, I owe to the fire department in the city of St. John. So I do greatly appreciate having had the opportunity to be a part of the fire service. There's some things that you remember. I mean, some things that stay with you forever, and that's Alden Tracy wasn't just a co-worker, right? Alden Tracy was a good friend. I mean, a really good friend. Like Con could tell you, like he had a great sense of humor. He played the guitar. He taught most of us how to play the guitar, and just a super guy, a great firefighter, a good district chief, right, and a good friend. So, yeah, that's something that I'll never forget.